Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived for the final 2 rounds here in ARC's historic Formula 1 Championship, or F1 Masters, or whatever. Missed the broadcast last week due to just lack of availability. And I have arrived for the season finale, or I guess season finales. Starting off with Hockenheimring, and after that we will visit Monte Carlo for the season finale, which should be a race. I don't know what else to say about that. Last week had Silverstone and full Monza, which I believe Silverstone was won by DIVEBOMB, Baum, I think, and then Matthew Stotts, I believe, is the person who won Monza. And so now we are here at the season finale in the Lotus 98T, which is like the only one of the F1 cars that I actually know anything about, and all that I really know about it is that I'm pretty sure Ayrton Senna drove this thing. I want to say this was the car he won his first title in. I might be totally wrong, as who really knows? But Matthew Stotts will begin the first timed lap English of this qualifying session. So we are officially underway. Not the best turn one I've ever witnessed, I must be honest, as the Hockenheim Classic Circuit is an unusual one in that it almost feels like another version of Monza. You have your stadium section turn 1, and then you just have the chicane where the braking point is wherever you feel like it should be. There aren't really super many very clear reference points heading down that straightaway. And then we have the second of those chicanes, which is a much faster one. Depends on how much you really want to force the issue, and Stotts certainly does, taking it at over 105 miles an hour. At some point I expect he will hit the... here's the third chicane, which is speed-wise even slower than the first one. And then blast off down towards that stadium section again. Oddly enough, Stotts opts not to use the turbo boost that these cars have. It's like a primitive form of KERS, I swear. Which is worth like an extra 25 miles an hour down the straightaway. Quite a moment as he heads through the chicane there. That's kind of a chicane, or actually no, it's like an S chicane hybrid. Some grass on the tires. The first official lap of the session is a 152.1. There's a bit of traffic heading towards the stadium section at the moment. As Connor Hannock goes quite a bit wide heading towards the stadium, and goes quite a bit wide there. More times are being put in. Van Dusendorp with a 53 flat, and Carter Ritchie with a 58.4. AJ Knickel with a 54.5, but I know darn well he's got more pace in it than that. He just has to reach it. Yeah, there's the power of that turbo boost. Redlining at 195 miles an hour. negotiates the weird high-speed chicane. My throat is having some problems clearing. I just ate not long ago, so acid reflux is currently bodying me. Alright, that'll clear it for at least the next 90 seconds. Acid reflux plus asthma is not a fun combination. Especially not when I'm about to be talking for the better part of the next 2 hours. Navigating the stadium section. As... Excuse me again. I couldn't even get to the mute button in time for that one. I didn't even notice until just now that Dylan, I think it's Baum. He has topped the charts with a 50.6. Let's see if this lap from is any improvement, as AJ does improve to a 52.2. Doesn't actually get him to jump either of the cars ahead of him, though. No improvement there. The primal scream these cars make when they're being boosted by that turbo is absolutely just obscene. Now all but 3 cars have run laps. Travis is really pushing that thing through that chicane. 140 still when he turned in. Lost some speed on exit after clipping a curb, but that should gain him some decent time. Now he just has to put the rest of it together. He's just abandoned that attempt. He's letting some traffic go, including Knickel. Stotts improved to a 50.98, but that still was not enough to topple Dylan at the top of the board. As I'm going to, while we're sort of in like a sort of dull moment for lap times, Travis heads out of the last turn. Let's see if... Wait, no, I'm dumb. Of course he's not going to improve. He aborted the lap. Where have I been? I think... Is Dylan... I'm sorry, what? Haven't used the cockpit yet. Who's the driver to go on board with as they begin their lap? Wow, Travis is... Oh, audio's weird. Oh, because co-commentators just appeared out of nowhere. Travis is aborting this lap time. You're not in the session, are you?
I don't even have an invite.
And I can't do that because I'm commentating. Oh, Dylan's overcooked it in the final chicane. To be fair, with a lap like his, I don't really know if he has to do much to defend it. But we'll go on board with Matthew Stotts as he attempts to beat that 48.4 sitting at the top of the board. He's already used his turbo boost. I think he forgot to hold it, so I don't think he'll be doing that here. The session is over. AJ Knickel jumps to a 50.5, clearing Matthew Stotts on the board. Does Gabe Gazzola go any faster? He does. He jumps over Logan. Not chase cam. That. About 45 seconds to go until we'll find out if Dylan or Stotts will be the pole sitter. So I'm about to get my daily interruption. Can Stotts at least get back on the front row? No, that's a very interesting garage door game. No, he didn't improve at all. So it'll be Dylan and AJ sitting on the front row with the two CLE cars sitting right behind on the grid.
Breaker.
Background noise.
Are you guys on like the grid screen?
Yes.
Okay. Wait, where they're all like pulled up on the grid?
Yes.
Alright, then I'm joining. This is all a part of the plan.
Screw it. I have to talk over this because I have to go over the starting grid in spite of the kitchen noises. I thought I heard the cars revving. No, I'm just hearing things. So yeah, Dylan Baum and AJ Knickel make up the front row, followed by Stotts, Van Oostendorp, Cazzola, Luke Allen, Logan Cool, Connor Hennick, Joshua Bowdwich, Jonathan Jorgensmeyer, Billy Targi, Carter Ritchie, and Fidel Fabian will sit last on the grid. So I don't think he even put a lap time in during the qualifying session at all.
Well, I can say for Fabian, he was having issues in practice, so probably not the most ideal situation for him, but they were also practicing in the rain.
Yeah, there really ain't any of that here.
Have you gone over the championship implications as they're about to start?
I was literally about to, and then the background noise. Call the first lap, and then...
Oh, someone jumped. I believe that was Fabian in the very back.
Insult to injury. As we are green from Hockenheim, and Dylan Baum gets away spectacularly, AJ Knickel does not. He's down in 5th already. Have been jumped by Cazzola and both CLE cars. And the slipstream is going to be an absolute mess heading towards the first chicane. And I fully expect to see at least one crash.
I'm not sure if you want to point that out or not, but that's probably the best thing Stotts wants to see. And oh my
goodness! Oh my word, there's been an absolute disaster.
Well, that's going to be a caution more likely than not.
Logan Cool goes absolutely flying.
You know, that's something Stotts definitely wants to see in his mirror, though, is seeing Travis and Gabe behind him, especially Travis, because now he's got a roadblock behind himself separating him from the points leader. But obviously he's still got Dylan, who's ahead of him, to worry about.
And as you... Apparently that was not a safety car. He did not deem it necessary for the corkscrew machine of Logan Cool to bring out a safety car.
Well, as there's a little separation in the field, I would like to point out, yeah, the championship battle. AJ went into this race with a 1-point lead over Matthew Stotts, and then 4 points over Dylan Baum. So definitely
AJ Nichols doing some
somewhat.
drifting heading to the stadium, but he manages to keep the car straight. And of course,
Oh, this is an odd point system.
I think it's like the old 10-6-4-3-2-1 system or something.
It is 9-6-4-3-2-1.
Where in the world did we get 9 from? That
Who just? Oh, is that
Jurgensmeyer is lagging a fair bit. I think we just saw there.
Yeah, not necessarily. I mean, at least it's Jurgensmeyer. It's not someone in the title fight, so nothing impactful per se. Stotts just gained a significant amount of time. Is that just because of the braking zone? Because that was a
possibly.
3-second gap. No, Dylan Baum had it.
Oh no, we're under caution. Now we're under caution.
What?
A lap after Logan Cool's destruction. But I think I see the actual cause, as Carter Ritchie might have also flipped himself here. Considering where he is and the fact that he's now missing a tire and he can't drive in a straight line at all.
I think that may just be a retirement from the race because he's going to have to limp that thing around, then add on all the damage time for the repairs. It's going to be a long time in the pits. Also, what's Fabian in the pits for?
No idea. Unless he did jump and he served his penalty. Because the game apparently doesn't tell me about that sort of thing, I guess.
No shocker there. But no, this is going to be an interesting restart here because AJ didn't manage to get around Gabe. It looked like he had the opportunity on that first lap, and then I guess Gabe got back around him or just defended perfectly there.
I think Gabe just defended.
Well, even if AJ gets around Gabe, he's still got a teammate to go through with Matthew Stotts, having Travis behind him. But as things sit, Stotts would have, I believe, a 1-point lead over Dylan Baum.
Yep. Actually, no, they'd be tied because it's 3 points between them, so they'd both be sitting at 25.
Yeah. We could have a knock on wood. We could end up having a pretty fun battle going into Monaco, which is probably not a track that they want to send the championship battle into, but with a format like this, well, these guys being under this little blanket, that could be the scenario at hand. Not sure if they're going to be going green this time.
I don't think so. We've still got 3 cars that are not even into Sector 2 yet.
What the?
Oh.
Someone just lost a rear tire. Who is that? Oh, that's Luke.
I think somebody may have sniped it off of him. Yeah, these are the final 2 races.
That sucks because it just looked like he was warming up his tires and someone just got in the back of him. And I think he's just stuck there now.
Yeah, you don't go too far with 3 wheels, especially not when one of them is
not when it's a rear.
Yeah, your rear tire is missing. In this car, you're done.
I'm willing to bet they go green this time, to be honest. Oh no, they're pit limiter, so yeah, they're pit. I'm surprised people are pitting too, to be honest. Or is there a mandatory?
I don't honestly know. I think there is. I don't exactly pay attention to the rules of the series I don't have to race in.
I mean, that's understandable. To be fair, this was like a little random championship that AJ decided to put together. Wouldn't surprise me if this is a one-off series. So, obviously, AJ being the league racing version of Thanos, he's got to win every championship in every series, which I think is something he's done besides NASCAR.
He needs all the Infinity Stones.
It was a very quick pit stop for Connor Hammock. Or at least it seems that way. How is Kinnickle? What in the? Whoa! Wait! Where is Dylan Baum? He's in 5th.
Maybe he had some
Lots of
damage. That or just got held in the pit lane. You never know with this game how sporadic that stuff can be.
That is true, but that's a lot of shuffling in the pits to see AJ come out in the lead. Stott's still 2nd, obviously, but Travis falls to 9th. Josh is now up in 4th. That is one very odd pit stop. Who was that? Was that Carter?
Kind of has to be. He's the only person that's that far back.
I didn't even see the delta, to be honest with you.
Let's see, trackside camera? You want to look at the cars or something? Like, I hate when it does that.
Ironically enough, I have nightmares about this track, especially in R. I don't remember what series it was. You may recall the race because you were there. I want to say it was like touring cars. My current living situation was a hotel due to like water damage.
Oh, like the Group A's?
I think so. And like 2 cars stopped on the track and on my screen only, and they lagged out. Or no, it was they disappeared on my screen. Like they were completely not in the race on my screen at all. And they ended up lagging out. So, kind of funny experience. Not much to talk about while we're on this massive track.
Good old German Monza.
Imagine if they still went here. I wonder what qualifying would look like. Probably.
Tragedy. We are basically red flagging it while we wait for. Apparently, somehow.
Oh my goodness.
Good thing mechanical failures are turned off for this week because of how easily these cars click their engines. A little bit of assistance from Logan Cool, and Luke Allen is about to maybe survive.
Well, he's still got to go through pit road when no one can push him. Also, that's a particularly odd parking spot by. Was that Fabian?
I don't know. His engine temperature is 666 degrees.
Oh, don't get that on tape. Jurg is asking the questions of the century. How does one lag in Project Cars 2?
It's not quite that hard, actually.
Apparently that's what happened to Luke, I guess? He lost his tire because Jurg lagged?
Well, I mean, we did see him, like, blank once or twice earlier, so it stands to reason.
And to be fair, he's been having some connectivity.
So he's moving at about 9 miles per hour. There's somebody revving their engine over here, I think. Who is this? It's Dylan. He's got to keep the engine very warm.
Fuel.
Oh.
That's what they're doing. That's honestly smart by a few of these guys to just sit there on the clutch and burn fuel.
It's kind of hurting my ears a little bit.
Yeah, that's why we go focus on Luke, who's in the pits still.
I was going to say, well, before now, Luke was doing the same exact thing for different reasons, so that wasn't really a solution.
To be fair, Jurg's internet's been kind of odd recently, so to see it kind of show its presence in Project Cars is not too bizarre.
This is where I would probably start plugging sponsors and stuff, but I've never been given a script for that, so I just never do it.
And that's fair. I mean, what is there to talk about, though? I mean, we've really got nothing. Luke's probably going to be sitting here for another minute, and then about 2 minutes to get around.
if I had like some kind of script from AJ as to like what to say when plugging the advertisements and stuff, I would be doing that right about now. But cut to commercial break more or less. However, I don't know how to do instructions unclear, so.
Yeah, I mean they've got a real plan right now.
He's burned like 12 liters back there, and I just love how if we sit on AJ's camera or Stotts' camera, all is quiet in the building, and then the second we move a little further back, we just get assaulted in the eardrums.
Yeah, not the. I'm honestly surprised that they've got it red flagged for Luke, considering he's not in title contention. We've still got a second race to do. I mean, I understand it was kind of odd circumstances, but still.
As Luke is finally off on his merry way, so we might, at some point today, get to have our auto race, Feel like I'm at Dover, or we're gonna have to postpone the race until Tuesday at noon.
I don't know about all that. What I do know, though, is I'm being instructed to tell you by Julian Lozano to call you a bad hamster. So take that as you please.
No you, Julian Lozano. No you.
You know what would be ironic if Luke managed to spin it out while catching up to him?
That was honestly like part of the reason I was spectating him, as I was trying to like maybe see if he did that exact thing, but he didn't. Yeah, you gotta put an extra effort to warm these tires up now that we've been parked for about 12 minutes.
Watch Luke go from last place to the lead because of that. Like, can we get an onboard of Luke? How about that?
I'd have probably done it on like Dylan or something, because he's like, championship guy.
That's fair, and he's the one. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, give the onboard to Dylan for the That is Connor Hannock, isn't it? Yep, it is. Not sure what happened to him. It just looks like he lost it while warming up the tires.
I personally think Ericsson hit him.
I don't know about all that.
Hearsay.
Wow. Okay. Who's that behind Dylan? Oh, is that Billy? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It looked like he almost got into Dylan right there. So.
We'll be right on board with Dylan Baum as we head up to the. I almost said the Geico restart zone. We are green once more from the Hockenheimring, as Baldwich nearly ran into the back of Gabe off the green.
Not good, but maybe. Oh no, that Stotts off.
Stotts has cooked it under the brakes, and that is quite a championship implication.
Yeah, it is, and he's still fighting that car. Obviously, he did not get the tires heated up well, or I don't think he got shoved off. It looked like he was fine all around.
It just looked like he understeered, as Dylan is stuck between two cars going too wide, and suddenly Travis Van Oostendorp arrives.
That was a send from somewhere. I didn't even see him in his mirror. Talk about a blind spot. Meanwhile, AJ's in the grass ahead of Josh Bowdowich.
And Bowdowich is catching right up to AJ Knickel. We almost went too wide into the worst place on the track to do that.
Yeah, but he's going to have a better exit than AJ, it looks like. Something.
Oh, yeah, that's not even a contest.
Ooh.
Although we kind of messed up the exit of that little kink. And oh my word!
Oh,
speaking of blind spot,
somehow.
I don't know how.
Oh, jeez! Oh, Dylan, is that Dylan with him?
It sure is.
Oh no!
All that from Joshua Nutz checking his mirror.
Himself and oh, but jeez, I think more's happening behind.
Yeah,
you know, that's definitely something Stotts and AJ need.
As we also remained green, apparently, because nobody technically flipped over. Just people went up.
Oh, no.
And somehow Gabe Cazzola makes off with the race lead from that. Don't really know what turn of events that did.
The scary part is, I was about to say, you know, Josh, I'll give him credit for something. He beats himself up for his performance, especially in open wheel. But he's not as bad as he says he is. Like, we've seen in AF1, he's put himself towards the front, obviously getting pole at Imola, but obviously contending for the lead right there, and just a simple mistake. He's still sitting third, though, after all that.
And he's still got a chance at second. You got a really good run through T1. But AJ hits the funny speed boost, and now everybody evens out, because everybody's going to do the exact same top speed of 196. Until it expires, which it just has for Cazzola.
Yeah, but I think Josh was trying to use it right there.
They all were. They all used it. That's why they all just kind of broke even.
Oh, something happened to Matthew. He just fell back to 7th.
I think it was just traffic.
Just got blown by.
I think it was just general traffic shenanigans back there.
You know, that was probably something Stotts wanted to see the caution for. What? Oh my, jeez.
Joshua's testing this compression on that new, on that Lotus. Yeah, it's not quite exactly that, me. This Gabe Cazzola storms into the race lead again. Apparently he didn't use the speed boost earlier, and now he has. I don't know what he was doing before that he was... And now that, he's gonna have AJ's gonna have a huge exit, though. Let's see if he can make something of that.
Well, with the way this is positioned right now, if AJ wins this race and Stotts finishes in 7th, that's game over. AJ Connected's champion at that rate. But Dylan Baum, I think, unless there's a caution... Yeah, unless there's a caution, Dylan Baum is officially eliminated, and it goes into Monaco between Stotts and AJ. But Stotts falling back in another position. Someone's off track. That's Josh, is it not?
No, he seems attached. We didn't quite speak it all the way into existence, but Luke Allen is now running P5, looking for 4th against Logan Cool after restarting last, and for all intents and purposes, out of the race a handful of minutes ago.
As we see, Travis and Dylan both have just limped it back to pit road. It took about 2 laps to do that. Not necessarily the last race weekend or last race day that Dylan Baum needed, as he retires the car, so he's not even going to gamble for a caution.
Wouldn't help him. He'd be going 2 down with all the damage he got. That wouldn't do enough. Plus, he'd be behind Travis on the track. He'd need 2 cautions, and we don't even have enough time in the race for that.
Now it's just down to Gabe and AJ battling for this lead, unless they have some sort of incident that could get Josh back involved, but I think Josh is kind of out of the picture on this one.
Gabe uses his boost heading towards the 3rd chicane. Everybody does seem to have a different place to use that. It seems Gabe's is the 3rd chicane. AJ seems to be heading out of turn 1. Apparently you cannot change gears while you're using that boost, so you're pretty much required to be in 5th to use it.
Is there even a 6th gear? Or am I just blind?
No. There are no 6th gears. Yep, that is English.
Happens to the best of us. Is Gabe has some sort of issue right there on the exit, because AJ got right with him.
He selected the wrong gear heading out of that turn, and his engine just did not do anything. Yeah, he just bogged down because his revs were too low. On a turbocharged vehicle like this, you can't really be doing that.
Looking back, Stotts had himself back in 6th, and there was just that glimmer of hope. Now he's back in 8th. As you see, AJ just making the move, so Gabe's going to try timing it again with that back straight, but I feel like at some given point that may not be the go-to move.
Yeah, the run to the 1st chicane I think is the longest, so...
Yeah.
And that's given AJ just a huge just a huge lead, which has kind of come down a little bit heading out of the first chicane, but not really by enough.
Going to play a factor, though.
I don't know if he's close enough for that yet.
These things punch pretty good-sized pocket. Oh, wow.
But punch something.
But he gains 5/10 from it. And he's probably on the boost right now. Yes, he definitely is, because look at him scream around AJ Knickel.
And back into the lead for Cazzola. This is starting to look more like a DRS train, honestly.
You know, this is probably the best bet for Gabe, because if he keeps letting AJ use that boost down that first straight, and he keeps using it in the second one and timing it perfectly like this, that's a guaranteed win for him, because AJ can't get back around him until that first straight.
Because he wouldn't even have access to the battery. He can only use it, or battery, to the boost. He can only use it once per lap, and it resets at the line, so...
Yes, so the question is, does AJ start saving it for that back straight instead of trying to get the lead? There's no bonus points for lap sled as Gabe takes a interesting line through the corner, and he's about to lose the lead to AJ a little early on.
It'll be too wide heading towards turn 1. Unless one of them uses the battery to... Or boost, not battery! Wrong F1. They stay too wide, they keep it clean, and Gabe remains on the outside. That is a destroyed vehicle sitting there with a missing rear wheel. Billy Targi is out.
That may have to be a caution, though. They may ask him to retire it, actually.
I mean, he's supposed to do that. AJ is... I think he listened to you. He's not on the boost here. He's just going to try and take it off of speed alone. Too wide through this first chicane, and they still keep it spotless.
Yeah, but now they're going to be side by side through probably one of the worst chicanes on this track. It's so fast, but also so narrow with the way it goes. So let's see if they keep it side by side or if one of them plays chicken here.
Oh, AJ definitely played chicken as Cazzola straight lines a chicane and survives, but AJ's going to have that slipstream. They both immediately mash that boost button. And they're going to be too wide once more as AJ had that better exit marginally.
Oh, in the grass, he somehow holds on to it right there, but losing the lead later in the lap, so Gabe's going to have to try something else now as Knickel has a loose exit.
Yeah, Gabe did try something else with that corner exit. He's going to be poking his nose in there, and he's going to try on the outside heading towards the stadium.
Oh, I'm not sure if you noticed this, but there is a fight. Oh, they're making more contact.
Wheel-to-wheel contact. I don't know how neither of these cars didn't just get sent to the stratosphere. They both understeered.
Gabe with the sportsmanship, though, he's going to wait up for AJ, so that obviously wasn't intended, but this could be a getaway for Josh.
AJ didn't catch up much. He couldn't wait for Josh, so Joshua Bowdwich now takes the race lead with the sportsmanship from Cazzola after that understeer incident.
Josh isn't in the lead yet.
Oh, he had it for a moment, and then he lost it heading into a turn.
Yeah, you could tell Gabe felt bad for that. It obviously wasn't intended. You're not going to have moments like that, but that's something where Josh is going to go. He's not involved in that. Of course he's going to go.
I'm honestly surprised we're not seeing Joshua on the boost.
5 seconds out.
Yeah, he's not getting any higher unless somebody makes a mistake up there in this sort of spread out field of screams. Nobody's really close to anyone right now as Bowdwich is pushing through that chicane, but he selected the wrong gear on corner exit, which is going to cost him some time.
So there is a scenario where if
that is a huge chicane for Bowdwich, but he couldn't take the run anywhere. Except, well, if he tried to take it, he would have taken it right into the back end of Cazzola's car. Nobody wants that. Well, except for AJ Knickel, I'm sure he would.
Well, speaking of something that some people are going to want, Matthew Stotts is still in contention if AJ finishes third here. If he finishes second, it's done. Game over. AJ Knickel's champion after this race if he finishes second or higher. But Matthew's either hoping something happens to AJ or he can magically get up to 6, but he's way too far back.
As AJ is feeling the force of dirty air heading into the stadium. As is Bode, which...
all over Josh. Oh, but they're going to go side by side here almost.
The cars don't
Josh
have the downforce for that.
And a little more contact there with Knickel, and he gets into
they both collect each other.
Oh my! Josh is going to keep going, not the sportsmanship that we saw Gabe give AJ. Josh is going to get going, and that's a huge championship implication for Knickel.
It's no longer locked up.
Yeah, no longer locked up. He's going to have to go into Monaco with guns a-blazing.
Kind of looking at that incident, that really seems... I mean, that kind of started from Bowdwich just missing the S's. And his car just being completely and entirely out of place from there on forward. There was no way that didn't culminate in that, with both of them being so far off of the line.
You know, and that's something I'm going to have to say. It's probably like China in F1. Me and Josh had an incident. I truthfully think that it's, at this rate, a rookie mistake. He's not used to battling for wins up here. He obviously just won back-to-back races at Martinsville in the ARC NASCAR series, minus iRacing. But he's not used to battling these guys up here, up front, contending for a win like that. So, of course, he's going to be pressured in mistakes. And I feel like that was one of them, but it sucks to see that, you know, Gabe made contact with AJ, didn't let him go. And Josh makes contact with AJ, and, you know, Gabe tried, but Josh didn't even hesitate.
And in spite of the...
Focus back on the leader.
Well, to call the race finish. Has he ever won a race before?
In ARC, he definitely has. I think he's got 4 or 5 to his name, statistically, across all the series.
Because I don't remember calling any, but Gabe Gazzola, sportsmanship or no sportsmanship, he's going to come across the stripes. He's going to win the historic Hockenheim GP.
Josh let AJ go! That's the championship!
Oh yeah, there's the sportsmanship. He just did it a little later.
Wow. That... Oh. Well, that will mean AJ Knickel is your champion. Actually, no. Hold on. I don't know how to do math. My apologies. AJ Knickel has to finish...
I think you need the top 5.
Let me double check on this, because now it's 26 to 19. It's a 7-point gap. And apparently from Matthew Stott's, Fidel is the reason he got back there, so... Oh, that's going to be a heated party if Monaco doesn't go his way.
Yeah, getting some shades of GT3 Silverstone from that. Used to have had some problems, I believe, that they're... Oh, never mind, I thought I was seeing 2 cars parked there and having a Denny Hamlin moment. No, that's just the weird optical illusion of Stotts' car with some interesting lighting ongoing.
Okay, so I've done the math. DIVEBOMB is officially eliminated. No contention. But going into Monaco, AJ Knickel has a 7-point lead. So if Matthew Stotts manages to win the race, AJ has to finish 6th to win it. If AJ finishes 5th, it's a tie, and it goes into a tiebreaker rule, which I believe is just whoever has the most wins. If Stotts finishes anywhere below 1st, AJ's title. If AJ finishes 4th or higher while Stotts wins, still AJ.
So yeah, pretty simple permutations, as I believe one of my friends would call them, as he does the points for another league. If Matthew doesn't win, or AJ gets a top 5, AJ wins the championship.
Well, now it's also a situation of, imagine something post-race. AJ could honestly send a clip in of the Gabe incident, but at the same time, Gabe attempted to give up the time. Like, he gave up the time. He was stopped waiting for AJ, and then when someone third place comes in, you know, you just have to battle for the win at that point.
As they also not to mention with where he was, it was either get moving or get smashed into because there wasn't any room on the racetrack for Joshua to pass through otherwise.
Yeah, it's just bad circumstances. AJ needs to probably switch me to the viewer. Well, field of 13. Looks like DIVEBOMB stuck around for Monaco, so he's not letting any practice go to waste. Probably just frustrated, and now he wants to get the win out of the way.
And auction going under his record.
What was that?
So at least notch maybe another win on the record, if nothing else.
Exactly. I mean, what's he got to lose?
The race.
Well, he's already lost the championship. I'm sure a race would hurt less.
Depends on how.
Yeah, that's true. Well, as we got 10 more minutes of qualifying, and then I'm assuming it's another 10-lap race?
No, it's 18.
What?
Laps here aren't really that long, when you actually keep the car off the walls. This track is half the length of Hockenheim in mileage, so...
Oh, okay. I'm seeing the clip. I feel like that's a bad position for Fabian and Stotts right there. Fabian sends it in on Stotts with like no remorse at all, just completely sent it into the first chicane. Meanwhile, Stotts is also turning in, so Stotts was already committed to turning in, while Fabian's just sending it.
So
it doesn't even look like Fidel broke until like the curves. Oh no, this is the second chicane. My apologies.
So in other words, Fidel hit the vortex of danger, which automatically makes it entirely his fault.
Essentially, because it's the car behind's fault, and then it looks like someone else got in the back of because Stotts does get damage from this, and then someone else also drives into Stotts in the rear end, and that just gives him more damage than he already had. That's terrible, though, because obviously those two are friends. Me and you both know that. We talked to both of them on you know, I want to keep a professional attitude, but then I see something like that, and I don't even know who was. That was Logan. Okay.
Logan, and also the whatever car that is behind him, Gabe Gazzola, did the same thing. And the two cars that are coming up behind them didn't really fare a whole lot better. Oh my god, it is dark in the tunnel.
Meanwhile... okay. He's driving into the runoff. Anyways. But, you know, me and you talk to both of them on a regular basis. That's not something you want, especially from a friend. Your friend knows you're in a championship battle. You're in your position to get your first championship, and then for something like that to happen, I wouldn't be surprised if Stotts goes into tomorrow and kind of brings that same energy, because those two are still in contention for the Rallycross championship as we're winding down to like the last 3 races. I would not be surprised to see Stotts treat Fabian a little bit differently since they're both in contention there.
Yeah, heaven forbid, well, I don't know, this week's NASCAR races are Talladega, so you can't really do that there.
Well, no, it's Talladega for Cup, but we've got Iowa for Xfinity, and their teammates in Xfinity, and Fabian's not even racing.
So go on board for DIVEBOMB's bomb. I don't remember what he said it was. think it's Bomb. But, well, right on board for his lap of Monaco, because if nothing else, Dylan has single lap speed like nobody else. And he is very obviously pushing the ever-living heck out of this car, even with some dirty air up ahead from that blue vehicle, which I'm not actually sure who that is. He's not really going to get much of a lap now, because he's behind said car. They get out of the way, but he had to sit behind them for 3 corners. And from what I understand, I believe corner cutting penalties, and then by extension pit lane penalties, are on for this race to avoid people making a mockery of the first corner and the Nouvelle chicane.
And penalties haven't been on all season, have they?
Not in this series, at least, no.
Yeah. Because that's how we saw people speeding in pit lane, so... Wonder how many people that will catch off guard.
As the first full speed lap of the session will come from Dylan Bomb. It's a 26.7, and he gets a fast lap, and he gets a fast heart attack too while he's at it.
Gotta love that. Question is, yeah, where's Matthew? There he is. So, eyes are on Matthew Stotts and AJ Knickel for this one. AJ goes second with a 129.320. 2.5 off pace, but Stotts needs to have something for Dylan because I'm unsure if Dylan's even going to put up a fight if those two are behind him, because realistically, one person needs to win the race if they want to win the championship. It's go big or go home for Matthew Stotts.
I don't really think Logan has it, or Logan, wrong driver on that team. I don't think Dylan has it in him to just get out of somebody's way. I don't think he'll race him aggressively, but I don't think he's just going to pull off to the side of the track either.
See, I feel like if circumstances were different, maybe if, Dylan doesn't get wrecked or caught up in someone else's mess, whatever the case, I feel like maybe that would be a change of heart. But if it was something where he made a mistake and eliminated himself, then that's that. But
let's see what really Stotts has.
Okay, he's got more pace than AJ right now.
Still 1.7 off Dylan, but
now 3.6. Like that matters, anyways.
There's no points for Saturday, but when you look at something like that, it's kind of hard to refute, just all of that.
Yeah, but anything can happen. It is Monaco, one of the tighter tracks, one of the faster tracks, and we know this is. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say it, so I'm not even going to try. But blank shoot, if you catch my drift, when it comes to Monaco.
Crapshoot? Yeah, you can probably say that.
I don't know what I can say. There's different rules for different leagues in terms of broadcast, and I haven't done this since 2019, so...
Generally speaking, PG.
I mean, that's fair. Oh, well, my goodness.
Dylan decides to demonstrate that.
Yeah, things like that could get in anyone's way, obviously, but when you're the guy with the most speed, that's going to be something you're risking a lot more of, because he's pushing the limits of that car every day, it seems. Jerk's just trying to coast around. He doesn't even know what he's doing, it seems. He's just trying to figure it out.
And despite that, he's the best of the rest, I would call it. Sitting 5 seconds down on Dylan, but still being fourth on the grid. I think we'd have to use the 107% rule at some point here, right?
Oh, well, he gets close to Stotts' lap, as meanwhile, AJ went quicker, only being 1.4 off of Dylan's lap, so Stotts has to pick up pieces now. Still got 3 minutes left in the session. You think this is a race where we see pandemonium into turn one?
Yeah, I think we're going to see plenty of DNFs. We're going to see a bunch of crashing. The thing is, we're not going to see any safety cars, because pretty much the only way that those ever come out in this series has been a car flipping. And in most parts of this track, you're not going fast enough to do that, even for Logan Cool.
Oh, jeez. Oh, okay.
I don't think that's not quite how you take that, Van Istendorf.
He visited Pontiac before, I think. Well, wait a minute.
That's not how you take that corner either, AJ.
These guys are just trying to find the limit. That's all it is. We saw Dylan try finding it. He tried finding it again right there.
He's about to find something.
Stotts is the only person who really hasn't found the limit yet, as he gets passed up by Connor Hannick. So now we got another guy not in title contention, kind of tossing himself into the mix.
God, I thought we had to take that hairpin solely in modern F1 cars. 19 miles an hour heading through. It's still called the lowest hairpin. Yeah, an interesting part of the way the turbo boost works is you can only really use it in 5th gear because once you shift up, the boost ends.
That is odd.
Because it's based off of throttle input, and technically, because these cars have non-sequential gearboxes, you have to let off the gas to kick the clutch to shift. So, you'll see people short shifting out of the tunnel to hit 4th gear quicker in order to sort of activate that boost, as Dylan Baum sets the bar even higher with a 24-1. At this point, it's just a weird flex. And Stotts is in the pits, so he's not going to get any better than that. Yeah, he's just going to have to hope that he's got it in the race. So AJ Knickel is in neutral. And he's also in the pits. There we go. I'm like, what the heck? Even Jurgensmeyer has topped Stotts on the qualifying boards, so Stotts will have some work to do in the actual race. A huge slide for Jurgensmeyer heading towards the tunnel. I think that's Van Dusendorp up there has to take to the escape road. More oversteer from Jurgensmeyer. He left a bit of paint behind on the wall there. And there. We get it, Dylan. Oh my word. 23.5 now for him. He's just having the time of his life.
Yeah, he is driving angry, it seems, but obviously we see... Oh...
Well, how many wall taps he had, I don't really think that was going to be an improvement anyway.
Well, this is a qualifying session. Luke, Logan, and who else got or didn't even get a lap?
Luke, Logan, Billy, and Carter.
Okay. Essentially like a little friend group.
As a rundown of the grid order for the final round here in the ARC Historic F1 Championship. Dylan Baum, I think it's actually Dylan Baum, whatever. He is on pole, once again followed by AJ Knickel. Why did I say that like Black Lives Matter? Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, 3rd. Connor Hannick, 4th. Matthew Stotts, 5th. He and AJ would need to basically... No, not even that. He and Dylan would need to trade places for this. No? I don't know what I'm talking about. Whatever. Silence. Gabe Kazilla, 6th. Fidel Fabian, 7th. He actually made a lap this time. Travis, 8th. Logan Cool 9th, Luke Allen 10th, Billy Targi 11th, and Carter Ritchie starting last. The bottom four making no qualifying laps.
Well, now we're about to see something.
About to see a Grand Prix. The lights are green, and we are away heading towards Sandoval. And Stotts with a good start. AJ not with a good start once again.
Yeah, well, Stotts is on the move, and he is holding nothing back. I guess Jurg's just going to let him go because Jurg knows the positions he's in, and Stotts has his eyes on the prize. And AJ's in perfect position right now for Stotts.
Yeah, AJ's down in P6, and if he finishes here by some stroke of luck, Stotts can win the championship with the W, but he has to get around Mr. Qualifying up there first.
Oh, Stotts, or not Stotts, that was AJ that got hit in the rear, and Stotts does give a little tap to the wall. So Gabe got into the back of AJ. Someone has retired from the race.
Connor Hannock.
Connor Hannock, okay. 1 down, 11 to go. This track is going to take no prisoners.
Your survival is earned here on the streets of Monte Carlo.
Yes, it is indeed. And boy, AJ's probably looking in his mirrors, freaking out, and even then, he's just got to look ahead because Travis is right in front of him, and Travis being teammates with Stotts, he's going to keep him behind him if he knows that will win his guy a championship if Stotts can do the rest of the work, and that's get around DIVEBOMB. But 2.5 seconds, I don't know. Oh, wait, hold on. 2-second gap. Is there a caution?
I think that was just the braking zone.
Oh, boy, I hate how the intervals do that.
Yeah, not to mention, Travis can hold him up. He can back him up into Cazzola, who's associated sort of indirectly with Conga Line as well.
Oh, and AJ's in the wall. That's going to hold him up a bit and get Gabe right with him, but Gabe misses the next apex. Let's see if a little more calamity into this hairpin here.
Yeah, everything's relatively sane.
Oh,
well tapped for Travis. That's not
damage.
Great.
That's definitely damage, and yep, he's going to concede this position, and now AJ is in position where he's got the title locked up as long as
he stays right here. But the in-game stewards aren't going to like that interpretation of the track limits there. I don't know. I don't think he got away with that particularly.
Are you sure penalties are on? Because he did not slow down for that. Oh, no, because they got grid penalties, so yeah, it's obvious.
Yeah, and everybody was obeying the speed limits in the pits.
Yeah, that's odd then. I'm not so sure how that's made its place. Travis pitting, obviously, so now Stotts hoping and praying for a caution to probably get Travis back in this and get him back up the pedal.
But I think those are going to be pretty hard to come by here, for reasons I mentioned during the quali session.
I also look at it as this, I'm not sure if AJ really understands the circumstances he's in. All he has to do is sit here and pit. Do you really want to risk it and go for a podium here if you've got the title locked up as long as you finish fifth? Oh wait, hold on. No. This is where it ties.
Yeah, and that goes to the tiebreaker.
Yeah. But I believe Stotts get. Oh, AJ's got bad damage from that.
Oh yeah,
no.
He's got a huge snap exiting. I forget the name of that turn. Is that Massenet down there?
I don't even know the corner names here. All I know is he's got a.
I know the names. I don't know which ones. As I don't know which one is which, but I know all of the names in some order. I know it's like Sandoval, and then Casino Square and Mirabeau are up there somewhere. I don't know which one's which. Then there's the hairpin.
Remember one thing about Monaco: no heroics into Sandoval. And AJ's going to take it into the pit, so now it's a position where he's going to be fingers crossed for a caution, because no more tiebreaker, no more lock on the title. It's now Stott's game from here on.
But he has to catch Mr. Hot Lap up here, Mr. Quali Merchant, who's just having a joyride up here in the top half, you know, nearly 3.5 seconds clear of Stotts, and that's a retirement. Who was that?
Was that Billy? No, it wasn't Billy, it was Carter.
Oh, yeah, the other driver on that team.
I get their usernames confused all the time, I'm going to be honest with you.
Oh, for me, because of the 3-letter abbreviation thing the leaderboard does, I don't get those two confused, but when he is in the race with Tim Galvin, that gives me a meltdown. Because that's MRT versus MCT.
Well, looking at it now, AJ... No, he's not about to go a lap down, but... he's truthfully in a position now. He's in 9th. That's not at all...
Oh, Dylan has looped it in the last cast. Matthew Stotts has the opportunity.
Oh my goodness, and he's going to send it into... Oh, there is a mandatory pit stop then.
Maybe. Unless they both have damage.
To be the case. Oh my goodness, what is he doing? Oh my, that's going to be more damage for him, and he's still trying to figure it out. There's no way that's legal. There's no way that's legal.
I'm pretty sure it's not, especially as he sit here sideways on a blind corner exit.
Yeah, he just drove backwards in front of Jurgen, just straight on the track. No. I would like to see the stewards have fun with that after the race. Even though he's out of title contention, this is the final race. I'm not sure what can possibly be done about that, but now all eyes on Jurgensmeyer.
And now he's retired from the race, so... By the new stewarding rules, that makes whatever happens to him turn into an automatic QP if it's bad enough, because he can't get a time penalty if he DNFs.
So would that carry over to another series?
It could, yeah. It would be whatever takes the Monday slot, which would be IndyCar, I believe.
That's going to be an oddball, especially for the first race. But... What, Stotts is... No, he's not 10 seconds back. Is he really? What?
Well, he is, but that's because Jurgensmeyer didn't pit.
Well, yeah, but is the pit window, or the pit delta that small?
If he just made a 4-tire change, plus Jurgensmeyer was pretty far back when he hit the pits, it makes sense to me.
Well, the more these guys keep DNFing, that's not good for Stotts, because he more people in this race. Oh, and he gets into the wall! Oh, no.
Monaco doing Monaco things. Nobody is safe.
I think he does have a little bit of damage because he's starting to drive it a little sketchy. We'll see if he sends it into the pits or not. No, he's going to stay out. I think he's just in position where it's risk it for the biscuit.
Because if you pit now, he'll end up probably feeding back in where AJ is, and he needs to stay right here if he has any hopes of winning this championship.
Well, he's also... Oh, wait, no, that's Billy in, so he's got a huge gap on Fidel Fabian, and I think if he were just to pit for damage, I think he'd pop out right in front of Fabian, and I don't think he wants to risk that again.
No. I'm either of these drivers. I'm social distancing myself from the other.
You know, not even gonna lie, I'm looking at this. Jurgensmeyer hasn't pit, Fabian's pit, Stotts' pit. As a team owner, I'm looking at 2 of my drivers in contention for a double podium.
Even though only one of them is racing in your team here, I believe.
No.
These aren't team cars, so unless somebody selected the wrong...
One of them is definitely in the wrong car.
Because these are not team cars. This is like the 25 and like the 13 or something. I don't even remember what numbers.
One of them's definitely in the wrong car, though. Someone probably didn't get the memo of what car they were supposed to be in. Oh, either way. Oh no, who's that?
Travis is retired from the race. We're gonna have yet another spa where we're gonna have like a fraction of the people who started the race cross the finish. And every single DNF just makes things harder for Stotts.
Yeah, Yeah, but he's in position where he's just gotta drive. He doesn't have to push, he's just got to drive around this track for the rest of the race. Fingers crossed there's no caution. Fingers crossed that 2 more people don't DNF. Unless one of them happens to be AJ Knickel, but even then, he'd still have to.
Yeah, AJ could DNF, but if Stotts doesn't win the race, none of that matters.
Oh boy.
Cazola's given Logan Cool the non-existent bumper heading through Sandoval.
Well, look at the way Logan's blocking. That's pretty interesting. Oh no, that's a tire out, and that's going to be a caution. There's no way that isn't, because isn't the tire fall off? Oh, yeah.
That's not an automatic caution here, I don't think. It's inconsistent
well,
at best.
it, and yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, Jurgensmeyer's flooring the gas out of the swimming pool, so
Yeah,
no red light just yet.
If DNFs, it's guaranteed points for everybody.
And I thought a Spa was, but this is definitely the new, like, dictionary definition of current objective: survive.
Not so sure how Thoughts is handling this pressure.
What am I looking at here?
I don't think there's a little bit of happiness between these two teams.
There's a little bit of unhappiness with, yep. Shall I find the Benny Hill theme for you lads?
Man, AJ's gonna get right up in this, and those two guys probably have a lot of damage. Yeah, Gabe's definitely got a lot of damage after that.
Yeah, his wheels are bending in abnormal ways, to say the least. I don't think suspension's supposed to be able to do that, so that's gonna give AJ a free 5th position on track.
Now it's a tiebreaker rule that's gonna play into effect if Stotts wins this race and AJ finishes there, but AJ's that close to Billy.
And this overtake, if he makes it, will probably determine the championship. So... Like, if there's ever a track to throw a wrench in the works, it is Monaco, and we've already seen AJ make a mistake or two going up, up to this point, but, like, it's kind of hard to argue against the facts, especially when Billy just straight up lets him go.
Yeah. And that's gutting for Stotts, because now he literally is just done unless something happens to AJ. Guessing Billy looked at it of the situation. I'm not going to screw up a title contender's chances. But at the same time, by just willingly letting someone go, you are throwing a huge wrench at the other guy. So. Jurgensmeyer has yet to pit. I'm still confused. Got a 13-second. Oh, someone's around up in that first corner, I think. Or was. I definitely heard someone. Well.
Fidel Fabian has. That's not Fidel. Okay, so yeah, Fidel's the one in the wrong car. Because he basically borrowed Connor's here, so. Luke Allen has missed. I think that was Mirabeau. I don't even know, if you couldn't tell. Could look at a track map, but. Anybody got time for that? And Stotts but reaches out and touches the safer barrier there. Now there are only 6 cars remaining, as Cazzola has retired the vehicle.
Yeah, well, I can see in a chat right now that someone is unhappy with Gabe Cazzola. And it's not Luke Allen.
I think we both know who it is.
Yep. I mean, it's just bad circumstances. It's what can you do? I'm not even really sure. But I think, is Luke retired?
He's pitting.
Oh, Billy's also in. Wait, what? Wait a second. What's going on here? Well, now it's just a situation of Travis is probably sitting there watching this all unfold, hoping AJ magically flips across into the harbor. And Stotts is probably hoping the same thing, to be honest with you.
And so this is basically this broadcast has just sort of devolved into 9 laps of watching to see if AJ makes a rookie mistake.
And I don't think he's going to do that. He's won way too many of these types of races. You know, he's won way too many championships.
Well, I mean, okay, do that again, but like a lot worse.
Yeah, at least that's what some people want to see.
I mean, I would like to see it if for nothing else other than the purpose of actually having a race to commentate instead of just what's now become a 10-lap practice session.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna be honest. I understand sending us to Monaco, but I don't like the idea of it as the finale. Felt like there could have been a better place to do this at.
Like, he could have just swapped around these 2 tracks. He could have just had Hockenheim be last. That would have worked way better.
Yeah, but I don't know. You gotta hate it for Matthew. You could tell he's not even pushing. When you pay attention to the gap. Jerg's probably in position where he's just looking at it as, I've got a chance at a win. But now you just gotta sit back and watch for another 7 laps.
Just like Rio Monaco Grand Prix. Just sit back and watch nothing.
Yeah, basically.
Jorgensmeyer does hit the pit lane, which should give Matthew Stotts the lead, but at that point, that's just kind of a consolation prize. That's like a little "you tried" medal and nothing else.
Yeah, and Jorgensmeyer's in, so Stotts is going to end up passing him here. Keep an eye on Jergs. Give it a oh, he's already driving out. Okay, so we could have a race on our hand. Oh, well, never mind about that. Jerg just tossed out the window.
Racent.
Basically. Yeah, he's got damage. It looked like it, at least, the way he drove out the exit.
He's probably just being super cautious because he didn't want to cross over the pit line and get a penalty.
Maybe.
Because he's not holding his wheel.
Stotts retired.
He probably just stopped caring.
He either stopped caring or he just wrecked it out.
I feel like, I don't know, I kind of feel like chances are just stopped caring because, like, at this point AJ could crash and he'd probably still make it back out of the pits in 4th place or better. He's got a 2-minute, 20-second buffer to the lowest position where he could have lost the championship.
And now you got teammates battling for the lead right now, and, well, they'll win if everything plays out into their style, but AJ is starting to creep up on there and trying to get the icing on the cake, if you will. And in all honesty, Matthew's probably looking at this more PO'd that Fidel's in position to win than the fact that AJ's going to win a title. As Jerk's definitely...
yeah, that car's done.
So Fidel Fabian is about to be in position, or well, is now in position for his first ever ARC win. Because, okay.
Why'd you speak?
You know, karma. Anyways. No, it's... I don't know if it's considered as first.
AJ's also pitting, though.
Odd.
He's on his way out.
Do they need to, like, touch up on fuel? No. Maybe?
It's maybe, because that's not a lot of fuel in comparison.
I don't know. I think they're good. I think 24 liters is enough to make it to the win. but I know Fidel has a dual win in ANCS. I'm not really sure if that's considered as an official ARC win.
He also has wins in the canceled F2 seasons.
Well, so do I, and we don't talk about that. But ball goes right here for him. He's got wow. As yeah, Matthew is, you know, someone that would probably be the first to be happy for Fabian, but given the circumstances, he's gonna be the last person to be happy for him.
We have 5 laps remaining here. That's Monte Carlo. Everybody's just on a little island, basically.
Yeah. At this rate, like, is there even a point of having... Okay, I thought that was Fabian for a second. I'm not even gonna lie.
No, that's his fake teammate whose car he's borrowed. Fidel wins, he could win in the car that's not even supposed to be his.
Wow. Hopefully AJ gets it right on the post.
Psych, this is an LA7 win now.
If it is, I will throw hands with a lot of people. We're just gonna watch Fidel Fabian kind of coast it around. What is happened here? AJ seemed to have taken the tunnel very slow.
You can't take it flat in these cars.
You can't?
No, too much power, not enough downforce.
That is absolutely disturbing. I hate everything about that.
You got a VTEC in there, AJ?
Maybe. No, that's definitely... Oh, I thought he missed the corner. He almost did. He almost sent it in the motel sign, so...
My word.
Jeez. The way that thing flies around here is absolutely insane, because I don't feel like you get that feeling seeing this car...
Oh, yeah, something's flying.
Oh, no!
Something's flying.
No. Okay.
Almost about rejoins right into
and he's
Luke
doing
Allen.
it again.
That's not Luke Allen, that's
yeah,
Tarji.
That's Billy, yep. You know,
They're
what
both
would be the
white.
odds? What would be the odds AJ ends up repairing this damage or getting work? What are the odds that, you know, he ends up finishing 5th and Matthew Stott's retiring from this race was the worst decision ever?
It wouldn't even surprise me. Sure, as well as I do, Stott's tendency to just leave things unfinished.
I mean, I don't blame him in this circumstance if he did willingly do it, but I don't know. I think he just kind of...
Well, Logan sent a J.K. Rowling novel into the comments section explaining what actually happened, but the whole thing didn't fit on the screen, so I didn't read all of it.
Well, let's go read this. I don't know how to read, but we're gonna try it.
Oh, there goes the nose cone. Didn't need that.
Stotch rage quit from the lead with only suspension damage at a track you can't pass at. So Stotch rage quit with a decent shot at the title. I don't know.
I mean, things seemed better than this.
I thought he got disqualified. I'm not even gonna lie.
He cooked it. That would have actually scored him 0 points, but that wouldn't have mattered.
He would have gotten 0 points if he finished 7th.
So, then, yeah, I mean, you say even if he had finished 5th, he's still going to have to lose a whole minute in the pits here for that, because Luke Allen is on a completely separate lap, and he has damage of his own, I think. Yeah, that's a missing front end, so, or missing nose cone, so...
Jurg's gonna get around him to make it a 1-2 for the JSR entries.
As Fidel's not far from lapping Jurg, even in spite of that circumstance.
Yeah. Oh, that would be, you know, terrible for me to see if both of them wrecked together right now.
Maybe I just put the camera over here for
Yeah,
censorship's sake. I was gonna be like, let's ride on board with AJ. He's still in the pits. Not really much point in doing that.
Billy's around him. Oh boy, imagine Luke gets around AJ. That's gonna be terrible. I mean, this was the position where Stotts would still be in the lead, more than likely, by about a.
Which would be putting AJ in at 5th.
Yeah, and that would have been the tiebreaker kicking in. And I believe Stotts would get the tiebreaker because AJ's only got 1 win to what, Stotts? 2?
2, maybe even 3. I don't 100% remember. There's a bit of Fidel's. No, never mind. That's just how the livery looks. I thought his front wing was gone, but no, it's just a black front wing. Fidel's currently encountering some traffic as his teammate is not letting him proceed.
And his fake teammate is all over the rear end.
3 separate laps, by the way.
This is fantastic. I don't know why Luke's really pushing that much. Oh boy. Oh, my heart sank for a second. As AJ is now rolling off, and he's been disqualified.
Or retired.
Chat, pull up the leaderboard. Oh, well, thank you, game.
Doesn't matter. It's still a net 5th, and Matthew Stotts left, so.
Yeah, so if Stotts doesn't rage quit, as what Logan said at least. I'm not sure if that is the total circumstance, but if Stotts holds on to the lead, that doesn't happen for AJ, then tiebreaker, Stotts wins. But Fabian is just half a lap away from locking up his first ARC victory. Now he hits the 3rd sector. So, definitely an up and down day for Fidel Fabian. Definitely got a lot of people mad at him right now, but he's probably going to turn the other cheek to that.
He's won, but at what cost?
Oh, that's probably the way. If he's not looking at it with turning the other cheek, then that's going to be the way, but nevertheless, he's going to come out of that final corner. And Fidel Fabian's going to become a ARC winner, officially.
And he gets a Monaco win of all places.
Yeah, definitely a cool place to win at, especially being your first, but if he's not beating himself up at the end of the day, then I don't really know the circumstance, but Jurgensmeyer brings it home 2nd, and that's a JSR 1-2.
And Billy Tarji, he's basically made current objectives survive his mantra heading into this championship. He grabs a podium here at Monte Carlo. And Luke Allen will be the last of the 4 running vehicles when we started with 13. Not if he drives like that, he might not be. But he will get 4th place just off of the fact that he's, still in motion on there on the racetrack.
Well, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of unhappy people. Probably by some decisions made, probably by the way they were raced. But at the end of the day, I'm not sure if these guys are even going to join for interviews. I'm not sure if AJ is going to join for an interview. But
I think AJ would if we asked him to. I think Fidel certainly would. I don't know about anybody else. Billy probably would.
See what they do. We can give it a minute, see if they join. But to shed some light on it, if you weren't paying attention. AJ Knickel is the champion. He's won another championship in another series as
He was DQ'd.
So, wow. So AJ does get the Infinity Stones as joked about, but if you want to run us through our finishing order.
Well, not a big finishing order. We got Fidel Fabian grabbing his first ARC victory at old 1980s fake Monaco. Jurgensmeyer P2 for JSR 1-2. Billy Targi third with the good old classic current objective survive mentality. And Luke Allen will be the last of the running cars to cross the line in P4. AJ Knickel with the mystery disqualification, fifth, but that's enough to win the championship, as his only opponent in the championship, Matthew Stotts, retired with only P6 to his name. Everybody else didn't even complete half the distance, and nobody else scores points anyway, other than those 6. So if you want to kind of put out the advertisement of the post-race interviews, we'll give it a handful of minutes.
I'm not even sure if Fabian or Jurg have access to this party. Fabian's gonna join us for an interview. Oh, he's got access to this party. Okay, Jurg's. Obviously, AJ does. I don't have Billy added. No, I can't add him.
Yeah.
Just waiting to see if any third person gets in here or not.
I'm not sure if AJ's coming, so I don't know. Should we just start off with Jurg, and if Billy joins, then we can skip to him?
Like anybody else joins, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, do you got any questions for our second place finisher?
No, honestly, I'm going to probably leave these questions to you because they're your drivers.
All right. Well, here we go. Jurg, obviously this race, you stayed out longer than everyone else. Had the lead for a while. Was there any intention to try doing an overcut or try going for a win?
That's what I was doing. I was staying out as long as I could to at least be ahead of Fidel, and then hope Stotts would do something, which he did. But I was going to stay out longer, but I saw AJ was gaining a lot, and I wanted to come out ahead of him. So I pit, and then rushed it on pit exit, clipped the wall, and got some suspension damage. And that's how Fidel flew by me. And I had to pit again, but yeah.
P2 at the end of the day, it's still nothing to be ashamed of, as you mentioned in the chat. That is your 20th podium in ARC, so congratulations on that.
Thank you so much,
Jacob. Nevertheless, the top step of the podium, Fidel, you get, well, what is officially your first ARC win. I don't know, tell us how you feel about that.
It feels amazing, but also a bit bittersweet because I still feel guilty of what I did to Stotts at Hockenheim. I thought I was going to be the coolest guy in the lunch table and try to go for a move that it worked, but it cost my friend a crucial position. But it's great to win at Monaco, I guess. But hopefully next time another ARC win doesn't feel this bittersweet.
Yeah, well, you mentioned the contact with Stotts during Hockenheim. Is there anything you can take out of that, and do you think something could move forward? And do you think that's bygones be bygones, or is there going to be
I feel like after this interview, we're going to have a gentleman's talk as usual. But I feel like I could just save the turbo for the next straightaway and just pass him right there, or try to pass him right there. But, yeah. Hopefully this just ends up being another incident in the past and we'll just laugh over with drinks. But, yeah, that's all I can say about it.
Well, nevertheless, congratulations on your win. As I have to say, I'm proud of both of you. So, GSR 1-2. Fabian, you're in the wrong car, so thanks. But
I hope next time I get a list of what car I'm supposed to be in.
Hopefully he gets
AJ sent that to the
that.
chat. Well,
Oops.
nevertheless, congrats to you two on the podium in the 1-2. Seems like Billy's not going to be joining us, nor will our champions, because he's probably getting near full from a lot of people right now. So, with that being said, Riker.
Yeah, I guess, as you say, nobody else is on their way, so that will conclude matters here from the ARC Historic F1 Masters. AJ Knickel is your champion for the 278th time, as Monaco and Hockenheim deliver something. They deliver friendship troubles, if nothing else. Tomorrow we'll have Rallycross action. I don't remember what track it's at. I think it's Wildcrest.
Yes, it is.
That's a lucky guess. I was like, process of elimination. So yeah, Wildcrest will be the site of the next ARC broadcast. And it'll be same time tomorrow, assuming I'm awake. Don't take a 7-hour nap again like I did the other day. As for the next Monday series, that will be IndyCar starting sometime later this month. I don't know if it's 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks, or maybe it's not even that long. I don't know. I haven't looked at the schedule yet. But I know Rallycross is tomorrow, so until then, goodbye.